Hey guys, so I got a lot of really good questions coming through on my Instagram the other night, so I thought I'd just jump on here and answer a few of them for you. I had a lot of repeat questions. A lot of them were about how I got started as an artist and how I found my style. From Rihanna, how long did it take you to discover your style? It took me quite a long time. I was probably painting for, say, 2 years or so before I started to give this a real shot. And to be honest, I didn't really love anything that I painted. I always knew that I wanted to find a style that was natural to me and people could recognize my work from. But, saying that and doing that are two different things. And I tried quite a lot of things within the last 2 years, and especially from when I changed from acrylic to oil paint, I always thought that I had to paint the most complicated artworks in order to be able to call myself an artist. I remember I would paint a piece for months, and once I was done with it, I would just put it away, and there's no way that I would put it on my wall. And after a while I was like, why don't I actually just paint what I genuinely like myself, and if I like it, maybe someone else will as well. And that's kind of how I came up with my style now, which is actually really simple, right? I really had to dumb it down. My style now, or my rules, are usually a very plain background, a contrasting color and border, my name, obviously. I don't know why so many people always hide the signature. I think, if your signature is going to be on the artwork no matter what, why not make it a bit of a statement, right? I always usually make the subject the main focus of the artwork, and that's why I don't put a lot of detailing in the background, as you'll see, because my thing is people in places. So whatever characters I have, they're usually holding something symbolic to them. May it be a fish or something on their head or whatever it is, something that's important to them. So that's kind of what my style's become. Then there's also just the colors. I really want people to feel really happy when they look at my art. And so that means having really bright colors. You'll probably never see me painting something really dark with dark colors as the background, just because that's just not what I'm trying to portray with my art. So that's the long answer. Next one from Barb. What's been your strategy for getting noticed as an artist? In brackets, I don't have many friends. I don't have many friends either, to be honest. But I think one thing that I had to do with my socials, and I just want to add in there now that it's extremely unnatural for me. Before I became an artist, you probably wouldn't find many photos of me on the internet. I was very, very private. I didn't really feel that proud of what I was doing before, and I didn't feel the need for me to go out there and put myself out on social media for it. But now that I'm doing this, while it has been hard to get started, I actually really, really now enjoy it. And the more I'm doing it and the more that I'm starting to share with people about what I'm doing, the easier it gets. So I would always give the same advice as I would with anyone, with any kind of business. And I think marketing is pretty much the same all across the board. So if I was first starting out, and I still am, I'm only really 7 months into this full time, I would really just take the time to study Instagram Reels, because you need to create this kind of momentum first. And you'll see all sorts of things going viral on Instagram, and no, it doesn't mean that just having a viral reel or having viral content will mean that people will want to buy your art, but it's definitely a start. So I would go into Reels and search up art and just really study all of the top, 100 highest performing Reels. The Reels that have millions and millions of views. and just study it, because if it's worked for someone else, it will probably work for you as well. It's not a guarantee, but it's a really good start. So even copying it from, you know, the music to the hook to the text on it, you don't have to reinvent the game every single time. You know, you can just give things a go, and it's not that deep. You know, like it used to take me, you know, a few weeks just to get a post out, and it's still not easy for me now because I overthink everything. But it's not that deep, you know, just put it out there. We're so lucky in this day and age now that we can literally post anything at any given point, right? Like you can literally reach millions of people in a few seconds. Like back in the day, you would have to go on TV in order to have that kind of reach, right? So yeah, make the most out of that. It's 2026, guys. That's how we do it nowadays. Alright, what job were you doing before? How did you have the courage to become a full-time artist? I guess I've always been doing my own thing. I started my first ecom business when I was 17 or something, and I would import clothes from China and Vietnam into Australia, relabel everything, put them on my friends, and put them online, and I would, you know, sell clothes, pretty much. And I did that for a few years. I dropped out of uni at that time, and I ended up selling that business, not for much, but yeah, that was my little like entry into ecom. And then I moved to Hong Kong, and within a couple of years I started my marketing agency. So at that time I was like in my very early 20s in Hong Kong, and I was just obsessed with, you know, seeing the world, as anyone is at that age. And so starting a marketing agency really like enabled me to travel to wherever I wanted. I was always on the go, you know, new month, new country kind of situation. And after a while, I kind of realized that, you know, I was doing it more so for the lifestyle, not because I had this crazy passion for digital marketing or anything like that. So the last couple of years, I really did want to like wind it down and do something else. And then in the last, say, 8 or 9 months, I was helping out my partner Daniel with his logistics business. And then as soon as things were getting stable, I was like, all right, maybe this is the time, you know? The decision to start becoming an artist came after I did like this crazy 10-day trip in the Himalayas, like riding horses, and I had like crazy altitude sickness, and I genuinely at some point thought I was gonna die. And I remember being on this horse and I was like, man, if I make it back, I'm actually gonna just do what I really want to do and not have any doubts in my mind. Like if I just make the decision in my head that I'm gonna be an artist now and I'm gonna make it work no matter what, then I will, right? And so after that trip, we literally came from Nepal straight into a new apartment in Hong Kong, and we were like, all right, we're gonna do it. So I think the commitment of doing that is already like 90% of it, because like obviously we could have gone, like I could have very easily, you know, continued working full-time, even part-time, and just done art on the side, but that's just not how it works. Like if you want to get 100% out of your inputs, then you have to, it has to be all or nothing, in my opinion. Otherwise, I don't think that I would have grown as quickly as I have, and I think it requires that type of commitment. From Dimitri, what inspires you? Where do your ideas come from? Well, always people, I would say. Always people in specific places. Most of my art are characters. Usually just everyday people doing their thing. I used to love taking photos, and I think if you have a background in photography, wherever you go, your eye is always peeled for like the perfect shot or whatever. And my eyes always go to different characters in different places. And that's also why a lot of my art is, you know, focused on single characters doing their thing. Or animals. I love painting animals too. Alright, from Flower Boy Studio, my favorite coffee shop in Bali and my local. What did you learn from studio visits? So last weekend I had one day where I basically just opened up my studio for 4 or 5 hours and people could just come in and have a look at my work, which was really, really fun. One thing I would do differently next time is I would probably just do an hour and a half of it and have everyone in the same room at the same time, because when you open it up for 45 hours, it's not draining at all, because like I got to speak with everyone quite thoroughly. But I think there's a certain energy in a room that you can create if everyone was in there at the same time. So that's one thing I would do differently. But I had a lot of fun and I got to meet a lot of people, and it was also the first time that people were like looking at my art in person, close up. So it was a bit nerve-wracking for me, because when I look at my art, I'm like, holy shit, there are so many mistakes. Now they're actually going to see them, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think people notice. It's the same thing when I walk through the art fairs. I'm sure I can look at, 1,000 pieces of work and I wouldn't be like, oh wait, I can see that there was a mistake here. But on the other side, I'm sure the artists can see a whole lot of things. So again, don't overthink it. How long from the time you started sharing your paintings did you see opportunities come? I was really lucky because I had this viral reel that has now got 2.3 million views, and that was like within my first 2 or 3 weeks or something. So yeah, and that kind of just kicked everything off, like I had huge celebrities messaging me within the first week, and I was very, very overwhelmed because I was like, I don't know what to say. What do I say to these people? I was like freaking out, right? So yeah, for me it happened very, very quickly, but I got lucky, I think. I got lucky. Next one is not a question. Someone drew me, which is so cute, look. From GTMax777, thank you so much. I love it. So nice. Okay, next one. How did your parents think about pursuing art versus pursuing professional tennis? Well, those of you who don't know, my sister is a professional tennis player. And she's also like the most amazing human being I know. So I could go on and on about Priscilla. Anyway, but I would say that my parents aren't as traditional as they should be. They have never really like cornered us into doing just one thing. None of us really finished university or anything like that, or even, I think I'm the only one who started. At least I started. I didn't last long. I lasted like maybe 3 months or something, but at least I started. But both of my sisters didn't. And yeah, they've always kind of supported us in whatever it is that we were doing. So very, very grateful for that. I think they are still very, very puzzled about how much my paintings sell for, as am I, so I get it. Bernard Wong, how do you send all your canvases all over the world? It's definitely not easy because I paint so big. Like most of my paintings are like 200 centimeters by like 180 or something, or 150. There's always two options. I can get them rolled up into a tube and I'll send them to a local frame shop wherever it's going, and they basically stretch it back out for me. Or I can get a wooden crate and I send it all in one, which usually costs a lot more. But yeah, those are the two options. I usually ship with DHL. It's not cheap, but at least I know it's gonna get there within, 2 or 3 days, pretty much everywhere in the world. But yeah, it's not cheap. I don't know if there is really a workaround for that. I think that's just the price you pay when you paint so large. Alright, favorite book recommendation for mindset? The Courage to be Disliked. Number 1. I'll put all these in the links below. Second one, I would say The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. And the third one is called The Resilience Project by Hugh, I can't remember his last name, but I'll link it all below. That one is all about gratitude, and I really think, for me anyway, I've had like quite a few turning points in my life, but a big one for me was when I really just started becoming grateful for everything that I have. And I think gratitude is probably one of the most important frames of mind that you can be in. Like when you're a grateful person, the way that you view the world is completely different. And I promise you, like when you view the world in a certain way, it responds. So I would say that that is a very, very nice, easy read, and that was one that really, really helped me see like the bright side of literally everything. Next one, we need a painting of you, Billy, and a Vespa. I know, right? Don't worry, it's coming. I'm gonna do like a full Dachshund collection after this, so probably around June or July we can expect that. I'm completely obsessed with them. Are you born in Hong Kong? Yes, I was born in Hong Kong. I was born here and moved over to Australia when I was 1 year old, so I pretty much grew up there. But I never really like felt at home there, and to be honest, I like never really found my feet there. I was just, yeah, I just felt like a bit of an alien there. So yeah, I moved back to Hong Kong as soon as I could. I even did some of high school here at the Australian International School. But I really felt like when I moved back to Hong Kong, I was like, like this is where my people are at. So, you know, it's a love-hate relationship with the city. It's very intense. It's very chaotic, but you know, I've tried to move to other places many different times and I always end up back here. So Hong Kong will always be home. Any plans for a paint and reveal outside Hong Kong, New York City or Tokyo? I am actually going to Tokyo next week again. We actually just bought a place there, so we're gonna be there a lot more often. I've just been organizing all of like Billy's shots and everything so we can take him over there a lot more often. So yeah, I am definitely gonna paint in Tokyo, and I'll also be in New York City in September for the US Open because I always go and watch my sister at the tournament there. So there. Can you deliver to Germany? Yes, I can. Actually, like 95% of my art goes overseas. Yeah, it's funny that. I don't know. I think maybe I paint too big and they rarely fit apartments in Hong Kong, which I understand. But yeah, most of my art actually goes international, so I can ship everywhere. What makes you enjoy living in Hong Kong more than Australia? For me, Australia is a little bit too slow. I love Hong Kong because it's so chaotic, and in a weird way, it really pushes you. Like, I think if you live in Hong Kong in your 20s, you can pretty much live anywhere because it is so expensive here. People really work so hard here. They really hustle. It costs a lot to live here, so it really, really pushes you. I think the people here are amazing. They're very dynamic. It's, you know, it is a stressful place to live for sure, but there's so many like amazing hikes around. You can be in the water within 15 minutes, up on the mountains within 15. It's super, super convenient. Everything's fast here. I just kind of prefer that pace. But, you know, when I go to Australia, it usually takes me like 2 weeks to actually like be able to settle down and like enjoy Australia for what it's really amazing for, which is, you know, the beaches, the people are super nice, the really good food, and I just, yeah, a month, a year is a good amount of time there for me. But yeah, that's why I enjoy Hong Kong more. From Yama, do you plan to stay in Hong Kong or maybe go back to Australia or perhaps Japan? I think we'll stay here for a while. I will definitely move to Australia one day when I feel like I've hit all my goals and everything, and I can just live like a really, really nice, easy life with 1 million dogs and surf every day. So yeah, maybe. I mean, the other place I spend a lot of time is Bali. I mean, I was there all of COVID, and you know, we have a house and dogs down there, so we love that, like in between, like Hong Kong, Bali is really nice, and I love surfing, so that's probably another reason. From Shay, how to get started in the art world? Well, nowadays it's not as hard as it used to be before, right? Because before you would have to prove yourself to a gallery, and the gallery decides if they want to show your work to someone. And now you can literally reach millions of people yourself just with your mobile phone. So isn't that crazy, right? it's, you know, it's never been so easy. So yeah, figure out and get comfortable with being on camera, because that's kind of what it takes nowadays. I just started a YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, which is crazy enough already, right? Like, you're watching it. So yeah, you start somewhere. It's not easy for me. I had to take this, like, it's like my 5th time taking this video. Like, the first couple I just didn't feel comfortable. Third one, I recorded an entire video and like forgot to turn my mic on, so I glossed all the sound. This is like my 5th take. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but it gets easier, I think. Oh, some really nice messages. You inspire me so much. Thank you, Tara. Rank your top 5 dumpling fillings. Pork and chive, number 1. Number 2, maybe pork and bok choy or something. I don't know. I don't even have the rest of them because I love pork and chive. And my grandma, who's no longer with us, the one that gifted me this really beautiful jade necklace, she gave it to me before she actually passed away. But yeah, she's taught me how to make dumplings since I was like 5 years old or something. So I can make dumplings so quickly. Like, if there's any dumpling making competition out there, like, sign me up. I actually reckon I'll like win top 5. Anyway, so yeah, I've been making dumplings with her since I was like a kid, and I promised her one day that I'll open up a dumpling restaurant for her with her famous recipe. So who knows? Maybe after I finish my art career or during whatever, I'll open a dumpling restaurant. So pork and chive, to answer your question. That was a long way of answering it. When will you do a series of children's books? I've never thought about it, but I would love to. If the opportunity ever came up, I would love to. Is Billy a boy or a girl? Billy is a boy. What's the hardest thing about being a dog parent? I would say nothing, but only because he's so cute. Like, I don't know if that answer would be the same if he was like an ugly, non-cute dog, but because he's literally the best looking dog I've ever seen, obviously I'm biased, I have no issues picking up his poops. He is so not potty trained. He only gets like 10% of his pees in per day and 0% of his poops, and I'm still like really happy to pick them up. So I think the answer to that is dependent on what dog you have. How old is Billy? He's almost 4 months old now. From Vanessa, ex-corporate girly wanting to be a full-time artist and flexi role suggestions on how to achieve that. If I was still working full-time, I would spend every single evening and every weekend painting, and at least just putting like one content piece out, may it be a reel or a post or like whatever it is. I would just start there. The first 4 months for me, I did a painting every single week, and I would get something out there every week as well. I think it's intense, but you'll be surprised at how quickly things can take traction. So yeah, that's what I would be doing. Things can happen way faster than you think, trust me. What brand of oil colors do you use? I mean, because I get all my painting supplies from Taobao, and so I just use like master grade colors from Marie's. Wondering if your sound stopped working? Don't worry, it's me, not you. You know how I told you it took me 5 times to take that video? Well, my mic actually died for the last 10 minutes of that video, so we're just gonna have to abruptly stop that Q&A. But if you have any other questions, feel free to DM me or comment, and I will answer them in the next one.